Good morning. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Time for some entertainment news. My name's Devo Brown, and let's get right into it. Yesterday, we told you at this time about Takeoff, a member of Migos, being shot and killed Tuesday morning in Houston, just outside of a bowling alley. It's in the complex there. It's kind of in more of the foyer area of that. There's a lot of people there, a lot of video photos circulating. Now, the celebrity reaction coming in as well from friends, including Drake. So let's get to this right now. His record label, Quality Control, claims that he was killed by a stray bullet. So here's some more information on that. But here is Drake paying tribute on Instagram last night. He shared a few stories, but of course, they shared the stage back in 2018, Aubrey and the Three Migos tour. I don't know if you guys remember that. And he said, got the best memories of all of us seeing the world together and bringing light to every city we touch. That's what I'll focus on for now. Rest easy, spaceman.
That's a great photo.
And he's used, and he would refer to Takeoff in different lyrics and different songs, as well as part of working with Migos and doing the Versace remix and so much more. That is an incredible photo right there. He also posted a few stories, and they're wearing some like old school kind of suits and things like that. He was like, this is supposed to be us in our 60s, like doing this kind of stuff as well. So Drake, one of many, many people who reached out. Gucci Mane saying, a longtime friend and collaborator of Migos, saying just simply R.I.P. Young Takeoff right there. Machine Gun Kelly reflected on his time working with Migos, saying the first mixtape and praised Takeoff and Quavo's joint album, which is, again, Uncle and Nephew, only built for Infinity Links as well, released in October, saying that I had the honor of being on Migos' first mixtape back in '09. Crazy what they've done since. I was so proud of that album, and Takeoff just dropped. The new one, the bars and production were so mean. I'm just glad he got to experience some of his flowers while he was still here. Keke Palmer taking to Instagram, sharing her thoughts. This is horrible. From the tragedy of the death to the tragedy of there being a video of it online. It's all just tragic. I am so sorry to his full family and all he touched. Really, really terrible. Migos, top 10 hits. Got 4 of them, Bad and Bougie, Motorsport, Stir Fry, Walk It Talk It, Versace Remix, as we mentioned. Being
so many hits.
Featured on different tracks as well. The update, I kind of alluded to it yesterday. I didn't want to give too much out that it wasn't confirmed. So, again, it was a dice game in Houston. He was with his uncle, Quavo, and there was an argument based on that. So what we're hearing is that two parties got into the altercation. It was over the dice game, which Quavo was, in the video circulating online and everything, Quavo was, I don't want to say the instigator, but there was just a lot of talk and everything, and Takeoff and the crew were just kind of standing behind.
It escalated
And then
fast.
it escalated very quickly. There was a one gunshot followed by about 10 other shots from more than one weapon. Again, they're saying Takeoff was hit by a stray bullet. It may have come, and this is what I didn't want to say yesterday until I had more information, it may have come from his own team.
Oh my gosh, the guilt.
Wow.
And so,
Wow.
If you're Quavo, who's his uncle, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? And obviously, it's not worth it. And this has to stop.
Never.
It has
Never worth
to
it.
stop, man. And I don't know if you guys, I'm just going to go off script here real quick. Deion Sanders, who's coaching a football team Jackson State, and primarily black players on that team. He said, we're going to Houston to play this weekend. You're not leaving the hotel room. And
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, and he said,
Wow.
you're not leaving the hotel room, and here's why. Because I don't need you being out there, and you guys are young, and you're seeing what's happening here, and you need to be the change if you want to see the change. And he's saying, look, it's always us, and this is quoting Deion Sanders, it's always us. We want to say we matter, and we want to say that we've got to do this 100% of the time, but we got to be the change ourselves. And we're seeing it in these communities, and the hip-hop world specifically, it's got to change. And it has to stop. And
So sad, T.
it starts
So
with some of
tragic.
the leaders in that industry and in that genre of music coming out and saying, look, we all have to come together and just stop all of this, man. And how do you do it? Because
What's
fame,
How many
money,
more people do we have to
all
see go
this,
through
right?
this?
Jealousy, all these things kind of come through and happen. So, again, very sad story. All of it, as Keke Palmer says, it's all tragic. And the fact that we can see it happen as well, because phones are out, also tragic as well.
That's the other thing, and everyone's reliving it in real time over and over, right?
We
They're
were all going
exposed to
through
it.
the timeline yesterday.
Yeah.
The one thing I did see was an interview with this young man during a podcast. Forgive me, I don't know which one. But he had the line after. He said something, and then he said, don't bring me my flowers when I'm gone. I don't want them.
Yeah.
And I don't need them. And it's had like 1 million, 2 million
Yeah.
views for obvious reasons.
It's almost that foreshadowing, right?
gone.
Man,
Yeah.
I'll be interested. I know we're gonna move on, but like, listen, at some point, Quavo and Offset here, they're still one of the biggest brands
Yeah.
in music.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
gonna
At
happen?
some point, people are gonna be interested in what they are going to do and how you regroup
Will
from this and
Quavo
how you
even
move
be
on.
able to?
Mm-hmm.
I think you know how it is. Unfortunately, sometimes in music, when you're gone, the popularity sometimes increases.
Juice World is a prime example of that,
I
right?
don't.
And-
yeah, for sure, they're gonna have opportunities to both honor this kid and continue with their career. I have no doubt about that. It'll be interesting what they do.
Yeah,
It'll be
he
very
was,
interesting.
he was the youngest member of that, and Offset, of course, cousin of Takeoff as well. So yeah, you're right. We haven't heard much from them, obviously, grieving.
And I'm sure police are having a lot of conversations right
A
now.
lot of conversations. And again, there's a lot of video. And the area where it happened, tons of cameras.
So many.
Not just people standing around, but there's actual
Devo, professional
cameras.
boxer
Very, very
Shakur
well lit.
Stevenson was like right next to the
Yeah.
young man. There were a lot of people, celebrities and just kind of normal folk in that area. It was shocking.
And that's
It's
the thing.
shocking.
Jas Prince, who's a huge record producer and CEO, it was his birthday. So there were a lot of significant names in the hip hop world there at that party. Some speaking out, some not. Some had already left. Again, just sad stuff, man.